Scientists have been accused of attempting to manipulate Christians about climate change, often by using tactics that undermine the Christian faith or by presenting data in a way that is misleading or biased. One way that scientists try to manipulate Christians is by using emotional appeals rather than scientific facts. For example, some scientists may use images of polar bears or other endangered species to tug at the heartstrings of Christians, implying that climate change is a moral issue that requires immediate attention. While this approach may be effective in raising awareness about climate change, it can also be seen as manipulative, as it appeals to emotions rather than reason. Another way that scientists try to manipulate Christians is by using selective data or misrepresenting the findings of other scientists. Some scientists may cherry-pick data that supports their claims about climate change, while ignoring or downplaying data that contradicts their views. This can create a misleading narrative about the causes and consequences of climate change, which can be particularly problematic for Christians who are trying to make informed decisions about environmental stewardship. For instance, some scientists may claim that climate change is primarily caused by human activity, while ignoring the role of natural climate variability or other factors. Some scientists also try to manipulate Christians by using language that is intentionally vague or misleading. For example, the term climate change can be used to describe a wide range of phenomena, from natural climate variability to human-caused global warming. By using this term without defining it clearly, scientists can create confusion and uncertainty among Christians, who may not be aware of the nuances of the issue. Additionally, some scientists may use terms like consensus or settled science to imply that there is universal agreement among scientists about climate change, when in fact there is ongoing debate and discussion about the causes and consequences of climate change. Furthermore, some scientists try to manipulate Christians by implying that their faith is incompatible with skepticism about climate change. For example, some scientists may claim that Christians who doubt the severity of climate change are deniers or anti-science, implying that their faith is at odds with scientific evidence. This can create a false dichotomy between faith and reason, implying that Christians must choose between their religious beliefs and their commitment to scientific inquiry. In reality, many Christians are deeply committed to both their faith and their interest in science, and they may approach the issue of climate change with a nuanced and discerning perspective. It's also worth noting that some scientists have partnered with Christian organizations to promote a particular narrative about climate change. For instance, some scientists have worked with Christian groups to develop educational materials or advocacy campaigns that emphasize the moral imperative of addressing climate change. While these efforts may be well-intentioned, they can also be seen as manipulative, as they may use the credibility of Christian organizations to promote a particular agenda or ideology. In addition, the media also plays a significant role in manipulating Christians about climate change. The media often presents a biased view of climate change, highlighting the most extreme and catastrophic predictions while downplaying or ignoring more moderate views. This can create a sense of urgency and fear among Christians, who may feel pressured to take action on climate change without fully considering the complexities of the issue. The media also often quotes scientists who hold extreme views on climate change, presenting them as representative of the entire scientific community, when in fact they may be outliers. In conclusion, scientists have used various tactics to manipulate Christians about climate change, from emotional appeals to selective data and misleading language. While some of these efforts may be well-intentioned, they can also be seen as manipulative, as they often rely on emotional appeals or misleading information rather than scientific facts. Christians should approach the issue of climate change with a nuanced and discerning perspective, considering multiple sources of information and evaluating the evidence for themselves. By doing so, they can make informed decisions about environmental stewardship that are grounded in their faith and their commitment to scientific inquiry.